So this book has had quite a long evolution. It came from the idea that freedom of speech is one of the most fundamental rights. A previous book that I worked on with Amal Clooney, The Right to a Fair Trial, was the first in these series. And that is obviously vitally important, but you need free speech as well to really have a vibrant democracy. And we were honoured at SciGAD and at King's that Amal Clooney and Lord Neuberger, the editors of this new volume, came to us and asked for our help with the global research that was needed for this book. So I was involved, Dr. Rosana Garciandia as well, and then numerous students made really valuable contributions to the work behind this book.
I think the publication of Freedom of Speech in International Law is particularly pertinent and timely because at the moment we're in a really dark place in the world. I don't think anyone looks at the news and thinks this is great. And I think that freedom of speech is one of the most important rights that we have. When we see the rise of authoritarianism, when we see clampdowns on civil liberties and human rights, often it's freedom of speech that comes first. We see that in countries across the world, and so this book can help start to reverse that trend and make sure that human rights and freedom of speech in particular are protected.
Amal has already noted our headline recommendation. States should decriminalise laws on insulting speech. Imprisonment is never an appropriate penalty. Criminal penalties should be a last resort for false speech. The primary remedy for such speech is more truthful speech. Freedom of speech is a controversial right in many ways, and different jurisdictions have taken different attitudes to it. But what we find in this book is there are international standards that are binding on all states. And it's really important to reveal these, to distill them, to give examples, to make them real so that they can be upheld all around the world.